Hi everyone, my name is Wang Jiao, and today I'll be sharing my story with a zero-waste apartment. Welcome to my TED Talk. I felt cool, I always wanted to say that. My sustainability journey didn't start with an epiphany moment or a grand desire to save the planet. It started out of compliance, so I can stay in this lovely zero-waste apartment in New York City. This is the apartment in question, and that was taken on a Friendsgiving a few years ago. I owe pretty much everything I know about sustainability and zero waste from my former Airbnb host, now my good friend Dana. This is Dana. And this is Dana in her happy place in the nature. She loves nature. She's like the Samuel in our friendship, always planning for the next nature's hike. From Dana, I've learned the practical things about living zero waste, from where to get food without packages, which is not always easy in the US, to how to get bulk ingredient that I can take home with my own container. I also learned how to make homemade cleaning supplies and self-care product, from spray cleaners to toothpaste powder. I learned to reduce not just my impact on the planet, but the impact overconsumption has on me. The most important lessons Dana taught me was, every time you're making a purchase, you're essentially voting with your money. The meaning for this is twofold. First, consume consciously for your own well-being. Choose the healthy product. Buy the whole foods instead of highly processed alternative. And avoid toxins, synthetic fibers from fast fashion. Secondly, vote for the health of our planet. This means choose ethical company and boycott those who exploit people and the environment. The concept for individual carbon footprint was designed to shift blame from big polluters. While individual action matters, true change also requires holding corporations and big political systems accountable, making sure that our money supports morality, not greed. Like I said, I started my journey out of compliance. I was a little bit skeptical about this lifestyle. It seemed a little bit extreme not to produce trash. It seemed a bit too much to bring my cup to the coffee shop. And it felt just a little bit pushy to keep reminding the cashier that I don't want plastic bags. Despite the skepticism, we reused, recycled, composted. And that was the first time I even know what compost means. Over time, for the first couple of weeks living with Dana, I was smuggling trash out on my way to school like it was some kind of contraband. Over time, living zero waste has opened my eyes to things I never really thought about. For starter, where does all the trash go? Before, I would just put it in a bag, toss it out, and never think of it again. But when your room doesn't really have a trash can, you become acutely aware of how much packaging that is on everything. The more I tried Dana's lifestyle, the more I realized the impact of everyday actions on the planet, and also how oblivious I had been. I realized how fast and convenient our default life is. We're so used to the abundance of the market without thinking about the consequences. The marketing world constantly tells us to buy more, buy the new stuff, without appreciating what we already have. They create this constant itch that I gotta have that. I started asking more questions. Where does the product come from? What's in them? What's in the food? What's in my clothes? What's in my shampoo? Who made them? And under what conditions? The more I learned, the more I was able to see, the more I was aware of the impact I had on the planet. I'm still far from being perfect, but living sustainably is not about being perfect. It's about being mindful, being aware of your impact. I still think back the 2 years living with Dana. What started out as following the house rules turned into this lifelong shift how I see the world. For that, I am foreverly grateful. This is us on the subway, and the second one is when Dana came to visit this summer. I just moved here, and we got pretty much all my kitchen appliances in this cute little thrift shop. Every time I shop secondhand, every time I refill a jar of oats in City Market, I think of Dana. I think of how those small things connect us to something bigger. Socrates says, the unexamined life is not worth living. For me, I have came to believe that the examined life is the ones we see not just ourselves, but our places in a bigger system of people around us. To live sustainably is to live thoughtfully, to pay attention, to choose with care, knowing that our smallest actions echo into the future. For that, I think, is how we give meaning to our time here. Thank you.